Have you ever wondered why Americans drive on the right side of the road, while the British stubbornly stick to the left? It's not just a random choice. It involves Napoleon, wagon drivers, and a whole lot of horse poop. Yeah, for real. Back in the day, way before seatbelts and speed limits, people didn't even have standardized roads. But as more folks started moving around on horseback, in wagons, and eventually in cars, it became clear. We need to pick a side. And believe it or not, the side you drive on says a lot about your country's history, culture, and power struggles. So, why did the US end up on the right? Let's rewind. In early colonial America, there were no real traffic rules. People drove on whatever side was convenient. But in the late 1700s, something changed, and it wasn't about safety. American farmers and freight companies started using massive wagons pulled by teams of horses or oxen. These wagons had no driver's seat. Instead, the driver sat on the rear left horse so they could use their right hand to whip the team. From that position, it was easier to keep oncoming wagons to the left, meaning the wagon itself stayed on the right side of the road. It just made more sense. Better visibility, less crashing, and it stuck. By 1792, Pennsylvania became the first state to officially mandate right-side driving. Other states followed, and by the time cars came around, the habit was already locked in. Henry Ford helped seal the deal. His Model T was designed with the steering wheel on the left, encouraging drivers to stick to the right lane. But here's where it gets juicy. This wasn't just happening in America. In Europe, sides were being chosen based on politics and war. When Napoleon rose to power, he enforced right-side driving across the lands he conquered because he was left-handed and wanted his sword arm free on that side. Meanwhile, Britain resisted. They were anti-Napoleon and held tight to left-side driving, a tradition from medieval times when knights preferred to keep their sword hand toward enemies on the road. So by the 1800s, the side of the road you drove on became a symbol of who you were aligned with. The US, having just broken away from Britain, wasn't about to copy them. So right side it was. Fast forward to today, and this choice affects everything from how cars are manufactured to how tourists navigate abroad. Even today, about 65% of the world drives on the right, largely influenced by the US, France, and their global footprints. Meanwhile, the 35% on the left? Mostly former British colonies like Australia, India, and South Africa. It's not just a quirk, it's a legacy of colonialism, revolution, and practicality. So next time you're driving down the highway, remember, you're not just commuting. You're part of a 200-year-old decision involving farmers, revolutionaries, and Napoleon's sword arm. If you thought that was wild, wait till you find out why Americans love pickup trucks more than any other country. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next on USA Revealed.